Your home is your castle, but when your castle walls have been breached, you've got to have a plan in place beforehand. Too many people only think as far as they're going to grab the gun and maybe the flashlight and then deal with it. The fact is, a responsibly armed household needs a plan as surely as someone who would be otherwise helpless without the intervention of responding police. Critical thing is going to be how you handle the initial call in. Now, certainly in a responsibly armed household, I would have armed myself at the first sign of or indication of a home intrusion. Once you've called 911, the first thing you need to do is give the address and repeat it. Don't count on the dedicated 911 service where your address comes up on the computer screen in front of the dispatcher. They don't always work. And remember, whatever you plan to do under stress is what you will do in an emergency, even if you're visiting your sister in another state who may be in a jurisdiction where they don't have designated 911. If you give the address and repeat it, even if you're cut off, a cut-off 911 call has a very high priority, and most important, the police know where to go. What you want to say is not, I want to report a burglary. That sounds like something after the fact. And in some big cities, you may not even get a response, at least not immediately. You want to tell them, if you believe someone's in the house, there's a home invasion in progress. That is a red alert scramble. That's a very high priority call to law enforcement. Now, the thing that's happened here is once you've called the police, it's imperative that you not then go looking for the bad guys with a gun in your hand. Basically, at the moment you call the police, you've declared the arena to be theirs. If you now enter that arena, you contaminate the arena. They're expecting a man with a gun. And if they see you with a pistol, well, let me show you what it's going to look like. Well, here I am roaming around looking for bad guys with my gun in my hand.
Police, don't move!
And that's why you don't do it that way. The officer sees you, the man with a gun that he feared he had come to interdict to protect you. He yells police. Before your mind can process the word, you turn suddenly toward the sound with a gun in your hand, and the officer's going to do what he's got to do. This is why it's so important. When you call the police, make sure the family has been marshaled into what we call the safe room, a room where you've planned all will go if there is such a crisis. Typically the master bedroom, but it may be another room in the house. Stay on the line with the dispatcher. The dispatcher is able to immediately communicate with the responding officers. If someone's pounding at the door, is it another bad guy come to rescue his friend, or is it the police? Call the dispatcher, she'll tell you. The reverse mistaken identity shooting that you have to worry about compared to what we've just illustrated is that this is such a high priority call, plainclothes officers may respond. You're expecting the guy from the recruiting poster in the shiny starched uniform. The guy with the gun looks like he stepped off the cover of Easy Riders, but in fact, he's one of the cops that came to protect you.